Hey y'all, it's me. It's Laura B at Craft and See with Laura B. How are you all today? I'm doing pretty good. It is the 3rd of July, and this will go up on the 4th because this is just a sneak peek kind of and what I have done so far. So I was picked to be a part of a guest design team for Suzanne over at Nonstop Papercrafts, and y'all, this is a dream of mine. This is why I started this channel, is I wanted so badly to be on somebody's design team. I just really wanted it, and I figured, maybe erroneously, that I needed my own YouTube channel to do so. Plus, I would like to make just a little bit of money, you know, just a little bit maybe. Anyway, but having said all that, very, very excited. This is her So Shabby kit. And I'm going to flip through it real quick, and then I'm going to get on to the rules because there are some challenges that go along with this. All right. So, again, this is Suzanne at Nonstop Papercrafts and her So Shabby 17-page sewing kit. And you have, let me see, I wrote it down. We have 5 journal pages. So there's one. There's the other one. And I love the colors that she chose. I've not, well, it's not like I've seen a whole lot of sewing kits, but I just really like them. I like that they're not quite neutral, but they're not quite overcolored, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm getting my point across, but anywho. So there's that one. And here's one of the background pages, which since she's over in the UK, she's using an A4. These are A4 sizes. And so normally what I have done, like here, is I shrink to fit. And then on my old HP Envy, which is technically obsolete according to the manufacturer, or the HP Instant Ink, what I do is when I pull up my printer dialog box, at the very bottom under, full page or the drop down box to shrink to fit, I choose shrink to fit. Then right underneath that, more options, I think it says, or more settings. And then I make sure that the paper type is set from plain to other matte inkjet papers, I think what it says, but other matte papers. And then it gives you the full width. It doesn't cut anything off, so it gives you the full width, but you just have your top and bottom instead of having all 4 sides. This one, I forgot to do, so that's why it looks different. So here's another background page. And these would make great embellishments. Just cut them out, which I probably will because I forgot to print out this kit before chopping it all up. And the last background page. And then we have pockets. And as you can see, I did not shrink to fit because honestly, it didn't need it for everything to show up. So what are y'all doing for the 4th? And maybe you won't watch this on the 4th. Maybe you'll watch this on the 5th or whatever, what have you. So these are really cute. Let's see what I've done with those in a minute. And what I plan to do with these. This would make a great tuck spot. And what I've done already is backed my tags and anything I thought you could use as a writing spot, like a journal card. And here's the pocket, and I'll show you what I've done with that. Okay, so on to what I have, the story so far. This is a not a 13 by 9, get with the program. It is a 9 by 16 manila envelope that I just folded. I glued the flap down, and then I cut just a little bit off, where it kind of bows in like this. I cut that even, and then refolded it in 4s. So, my phone's yelling at me, or my Echo Dot is yelling at me, but she's upstairs, so she can't hear me calling her name. Oh, her name is Gertrude, but she answers to computer, and she's got a nice masculine voice at times. Sometimes it's the lady though, like right now that's the lady. Anyway, so, and then what I did is I covered it with purple, was it felt? I think it was felt. And then, because this is very sheer that I used, it's very sheer. It's almost sheer enough to sip tea through without changing the taste. I heard that somewhere. I think I read it in a book. There you go. Fancy. And that gave it did have some purple in it, but it really, you know, you can really see the purple through it without seeing the purple. And then on the inside, I glued another silky purple fabric, and then went over and did the, I guess you would call this fast flow stitching, but it's not really fast. I didn't really go fast. So anyway, so when you open it up, see, here we are. This is what I have done so far. So I took, what I did is sew, I use that word a lot. I should make a drinking game. We should make a game out of it while I'm doing this kit. Let me think on that. I took these and colored them. So I used colored pencil, and then obviously outlined it and did some in darker, and then went over it with glossy accents and used some of my digital watercolor flowers that I thought would bring out the blues. I have a button punch. And made a bunch of buttons out of the background papers. And then did faux stitching with, crochet thread. Slow down. Okay. Then, obviously, sewing thread. So there's thread, fabric. I will show you what I did with these circles in a few minutes. And this was a part that I was supposed to show the entirety on camera. And I got these parts done and glued down before I went, I want to do this on camera. So when I filmed this and it just did not work, I had put this in and put this on. So, and then showed you this dress, which again, the background is colored pencil. Then I took, you know, me and my sparkly pens, my sparkly gel. I went over in a different purple on all of the shading lines, and then went over that with this, it's kind of gray, but it's actually kind of silver, and colored over that, so it gives it that gauzy look. And then glossy accent here in the middle of the flowers. So I think she's really pretty. It reminds me of a ball gown, you know, like Scarlett O'Hara would go to the ball in this. Maybe not her, but somebody who liked her sister Karine would. There. And again, here are some big, I will show you what I'm going to do. Then it opens up one more time, like here, all the way to here. So, okay, it looks like I can pretty much get you in frame. Well, we'll just start with this side. All I did on some of these, I chose 2 pages out of each side and then did decorative stitching. These are what I think are the tulips. And the other one is a different flower that I don't know. And then every blank page I have from Your Creative Studios, their sewing kit from last December. I use their 2 little stamps, needle and thread, and the wound bobbin. And they got all messed up in the order that they were on. These were the bubble papers that I did. I'm not sure if I showed. I know I've done it in another video. Yeah, there it is. And on this is the other sewing stamp, and I tried to do the heat embossing, and it just went all sideways on me. Here's another page with that decorative stitching. And yes, I know my pages are white, and I'm going to do my best, level best, to do very light with them. I already sewed, obviously sewed in my signature, so I decided I wasn't going to do any big stenciling or stamping that couldn't be done with it in here. Here's the tracing paper. I used one of the background. Here's the back of an envelope, so it's a side tuck. Here are some envelopes I plan on using, already, you know, cut up. So there we go. Again, I had all these where they alternated colors and whatever, and then I kept rearranging the papers for whatever reason. This is the other side, the pocket. Put some lace there because I had to fix this, and so I shorted myself. I short sheeted myself. This is the mulberry paper on the back of it. The other side. Back on through to the other side. True, yeah. Now this will be up on Wednesday, which no, it is not my normal, or Tuesday, excuse me, 4th of July, Tuesday, which is not my normal posting day, but this is kind of like a sneak peek, a little bit more than a sneak peek. It's showing you my intention. And this may need to be washi taped in. This is this 1937, I think it is. I still want to do something back here. Now onto this side. Now, I get that this might be sweet and innocent and too much yellow, but I love yellow. And I like yellow and blue together. And it reminds me of like Heidi in the Alps or Seven Brides for Seven Brothers type of dress. Anyway, on these pockets, you'll notice that I did, is that called that? I don't know what stitch this is called because I don't know my stitches. I didn't grow up sewing, and as far as I knew, the only thing my mom knew how to sew was buttons and hemming pants. Anyway, so I did these before I glued the pockets on. And this is if you're a lefty. Again with the stamping. More of that bubble paper. This is the red. Tracing paper. This side of the pocket, if you'll remember, I did this a couple of weeks ago. More of the bubble paper. Her signature. I did the bubble paper on this old book. This is the 1937, so. In the center. I've not figured out what I'm going to do, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. The tuck that needs to be re-glued. There's the rest of the decorative stitching. Come on, open, 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 open. There we go. And it folds up, tucks up nice and neatly in there. I really like it. I don't know about y'all, but I really, really like it. So, there I go again. So long, so far, whatever it goes. I will remember it after I turn off the camera. This is what I have so far. Oh, and the cover, I already have planned the major focal point of the cover, but it's really, really, really fragile. So it has to stay. As you can imagine, this neck portion here is very fragile. I took this. I printed this whole thing on heavy cardstock, 65 pound, and then I glued that, cut it in a vague shape, glued it onto like cereal box, and then glued that one onto another cereal box because I really wanted it thick and like stiff. I actually started with a shoebox, but it was too bendy, you know, the whole corrugated thing. If I was ever to do this again, I would cut it out the first layer and then cut it out the second layer. I used my craft knife and went slow. Very, very, very slow. And all but this center part worked very well. I had to try to washi it, and it's been glued a billion times, and that's why it was clipped together. After I cut it all out and, you know, I inked it and then did the heat emboss. See how fragile that is. And then after I heat embossed it, I went ahead and edged it in the gold, what is it called? It's not Rub and Buff, Canvas, because that one time I got a bad batch and I bought this instead, metallic gilding polish. And so there's no need to get that dreaded R&B because, well, I don't need it. So this is going to be the cover. Yes, Candace knows exactly what I'm talking about. I got a tube of Rub and Buff, and I could not understand for the life of me why she liked it. And when she showed it on camera, what it really was, mine was nothing but, well, gold colored oil. You could hear it shake in there, and it just, you tried to open it, and it was nasty, awful. Got everywhere. But apparently I've seen it since then on other people's channel, and that's not what it looks like. So I just got a bad batch. But once scarred, man. Anyway, so this is the cover. So now on to the rules. Almost forgot. The rules of the challenge. So there will be weekly challenges running in the Line Dot Arrow Facebook. Thank you, Natalie. If you don't know that Facebook group, it is Line Dot Arrow, one word, Junk Journal Group. So Line Dot Arrow Junk Journal Group, and Line Dot Arrow is all one word. When posting in the challenges, everyone will need to use the hashtag sewshabby. It's in the kit. So that's be easy to remember. This will enter them into the winner's drawing. Each post is one entry. So the first week, which started yesterday, the 2nd, and runs through this Saturday, is Dress Up a Mannequin. And those were, did I not go through the freebies? What happened to the freebies? No, I didn't even show them. Well, I know I printed them because I had them. I was looking at them. Hang on. There are freebies, and I will show them to you in a hot second when they're there. All right, still talking to you? I never got them off the printer. I thought I had. Come on, there it is. Okay, so this first week that started on the 2nd and runs through the 8th is Dress Up a Mannequin from Freebies. So here is the background sheet, and then here are the mannequins. And again, okay, so freebies are provided, and then the 9th to the 15th of July is Bobbin Dangles, and the freebies will be provided. And then the 16th through the 22nd is Make a Decorated Fabric Yo-Yo. Freebie pages available but not needed for the challenge. And the final week of July is Finishing Off Any Projects. The drawing will be Sunday, July 30th, and 3 winners will receive a free kit from Suzanne's shop. That is, again, Suzanne at Nonstop Papercrafts. So there you have it. That is my announcement, my little teaser, a little bit long teaser. Well, let me just open that so you can gaze upon that, or I can gaze upon that, whichever. I just really like it. I really like this. I get that. I was kind of like, people are gonna think this is overly simple and whatever, but I just love it. Excuse me, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Excuse me. Again, I am so honored to be chosen to be part of this guest design team for Suzanne. And I hope hope and pray I can do her justice. Oh, FYI, this lace, I think I showed it in another video. If I didn't, I know I did. But I got 2 huge 20-yard rolls for $3.99 a piece. All I did was sew this on with what I call fishing wire line, which isn't, it's just clear thread, thick thread. And boy, howdy, I tell you, that was a nightmare because I kept losing it. I kept losing it because you can't see it. But anyway, that's what I sewed these on with, because obviously they're too sheer to take any glue, and on top of fabric, it would have been impossible. Anyway, so look for the video to come out on Wednesday the 5th. I will have more creating on it. Unfortunately, you would have been able to see this if the video would have turned out. So I will figure out what, there I go again. So, Jamie, PM me when you watch this video. Give me a PM, because I gotta ask you something, run something by you. Actually, I think I'll get a hold of you before then. Anyway, so anyway, if you like what you have seen, please give me a thumbs up. Comment, even if it's a smiley face or a frowny face. You know, thumbs up, thumbs down, either or. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends. I really want to grow my channel. I have 161 subscribers. Thank you to all of you, and to my latest subby, whose name I've already forgotten because you know how I am. I'm so bad with names. But I appreciate each and every one of you. You make this really fun. And yeah, I am having a blast. Nerve-wracking, hard work. A lot of time goes into it, but I love it, and I can't think of anything else I'd rather do. So, there I go again. So, it's just how I begin conversations and sentences. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you. You know what? I will wait until the next video. So, until the next time, tomorrow, I bid you adieu and peace, and talk to you later. Bye.